It is May 16th and I am catching the 10 o'clock flight to Da Nang. A friendly woman offers me treats on the plane. After an 80-minute flight, I am greeted by Lily at the Hoi An Center Hotel. With a map in hand, I started to explore the town, take pictures of the locals, bought some sun sleeves, and enjoyed a late lunch at Seven Bridges Brewing Company. In the early evening, I ventured back out to the Old Town area and the bridge that crosses the Tu Bon River. Hoi An is a popular tourist town located on the central coast of Vietnam and a well-preserved old town. The hotel breakfast is quite generous with the choice of 2 items, fruit, and a drink. Soon I joined the hotel walking tour of Old Town. We met a woman selling mango cakes. Bao, our guide, shows us a water well before teaching us some etiquette on how to address the elderly woman as we buy some mango cakes.
Bye-bye, 77 years old. 77. Okay. Now when you see the old people, or like the people in the countryside, don't ask the name. Okay. They don't really feel comfortable sharing the name with other people, especially old people and people in the countryside.
Nearby we witnessed a wedding ceremony at a Buddhist temple. Our tour continues at the Japanese Bridge and other historic buildings. The 3-hour tour concludes at a local Khao Lao noodle restaurant. These noodles are only made in Hoi An. Another hot and humid day in Vietnam. My hotel is a 10-minute walk from Old Town. So after an air-conditioned hotel break, I am back on the street for dinner. I found Bon Mi Phuong. Anthony Bourdain once dined here. I found a place near the river to enjoy my grilled pork banh mi sandwich. After walking some side streets, I stopped at the Moonmilk grocery store for a beer. Soon it was bedtime and a 4 o'clock wake-up time in the morning. The guide picked me up and took me to the noodle factory. Shortly after arriving, we started helping to make Khao Lao noodles. This is the same type of noodles I ate at the restaurant yesterday. People here work so long hours to make and sell their noodles and earn very little money. I think a small portion of our tour fee goes to these people for allowing us access today. Our guide explains the noodle making process.
Here they start kneading it and shape it to little rectangular batches. Those batches would be flat down to the sheet like Italian pasta. Yeah. And from the sheet, they will keep shaping it to threads of noodles. And when you see the noodles steam, please knead it. When you see the noodles like this, it needs another 1.5 hours to steam again. When we just help put back in. So the same.
Tastes good.
I feel bad for whoever gets this.
No, man. You're part of 90 kilos today, so you need to eat the noodles, okay?
Everyone had a chance at kneading noodles before saying goodbye to the workers. We jumped on the back of a scooter and headed to a bridge where we saw the sunrise. Next we were off to the fish village to see the locals in action. Meat and vegetable vendors greet us as we witness the chaos unfolding before our eyes. Banana boats paddling quickly to the fishing boats, buyers swarming the dock, and others waiting with empty baskets on shore.
Oh my God. He got 3.
Sorry, you're okay.
We're not giving it to the lady. Good job, man.
We enjoyed a second adrenaline rush with a delicious coconut coffee and a banh mi and sticky rice treat. Our guide told us stories about his unadvertised group that performs random acts of kindness. Soon we are at a fish sauce making business. Nearby we stopped to taste cashew fruit and view the vibrant water lily flowers blanketing the lake. We hopped back on the scooter and rode to a home where woven mats are made. It was so rewarding to connect with the locals and to participate in their everyday lives. I love how a portion of our tour fees goes to support local mom and pop businesses like this. Emily, from Denver, is first to try her hand at mat weaving.
You can work.
Max, from Denver, has some fun feeding the chickens before going to a rice winemaking shop. After participating in the rice wine preparation process, we are escorted to their exotic rice wine showroom of snake, seahorse, and other mysterious wines. Soon it is time to play 10 rounds of snake wine roulette. This Airbnb tour experience was so rewarding. My guide says goodbye to me at my hotel. It is time for a banh mi sandwich and some R&R before heading back to the old town for a local folklore performance and some bai choi. This game is similar to bingo but involves both music and songs. Each paddle has 3 songs. Every night around 7:30 people gather to partake in this game. A man from the UK and I sat together. These girls even gave me some candy.
Rồi nhật tất cả bài như cái bán có thưởng cho những nơi như này mà để tiếp tục hành chi cờ thêm.
The next day I went on a bicycle tour. Soon we arrived at Carpenter's Village where we got to do some basic wood carving. We continued to a mom and pop rice paper making business as I participated in the process and made my own rice paper snack.
Pull up like this. This on top a circle. Now we're waiting. Okay. Okay. And now it goes here. Okay. And roll it quickly to open like that.
I see.
Okay. Now your turn.
I enjoyed a moment with this 82-year-old man before continuing our ride through the countryside. We board the boat and cross the river. I brought Hannah and Lily some local treats from my tour. The next day after breakfast the cook packed me some fruit for my self-guided bike ride over the metal bridge which crosses the river. I enjoyed taking pictures of the locals riding their bikes to school, conducting business, and drying their food. This evening I went to see the bamboo circus. Video recording was not allowed inside, but the performers came outside after the show. After a picture with the performers I rode my bike through the neighborhood. This little girl invited me to play badminton with her. What an unexpected surprise. Today is May 22nd and I toured the silk factory. The guide showed me some antique machinery, samples of different types of wool, explained the life cycle of a moth, revealed some moth eggs, fresh larvae, and a pregnant moth. The larvae are kept in the dark and fed mulberry leaves. The tour also demonstrated how the cocoons are submerged into boiling water to separate the strands before twisting them into thread. The tour continues in another room where the guide shows me how pure silk wool will not burn, leaves an ash residue, and gives off a distinctive smell. This wool factory is part of a beautiful resort hotel complex. Time for an afternoon break before dinner. Hoi An, once named FIFO, is a UNESCO heritage site for its well-preserved old town. Once a thriving trading port, today is a popular tourist destination. This morning I am traveling 3 hours on a sleeper bus to Hue, which is the former capital of Vietnam. After arriving at the Candy Inn I am looking for lunch at the Dong Bong Indoor Market. Here's a glimpse of the market. This evening I walked a few blocks to a weekend pedestrian street filled with shops, bars, and restaurants. I had a delicious shrimp curry and rice at a place called Why Not. The next morning a van picked me up at the hotel and I went on a tour starting at the Citadel in Imperial City. Here's a look inside. Later I boarded a boat and enjoyed a family-style lunch. I had time to visit with the other tourists before departing the boat to see the Bell Tower, Perfume River, Garden House, Incense Village, and the tombs of the 4th and 12th emperors. The guide kept us on schedule and the bus had great air conditioning. Here are a few pictures. Later I walked to the pedestrian street for dinner. It is a popular evening hangout. It is Sunday and I visited the Ho Chi Minh Museum. A group of school kids gathered around to salute the Ho Chi Minh statue before singing the national anthem. An unexpected surprise. At the end, a group of students and an adult asked for a copy of my video and a group picture. The next morning I said goodbye to Juan. He spoiled me by turning on my air conditioning before I returned to the hotel each day. He made my stay so pleasant. Soon I boarded a 1-hour flight from Hue to Saigon. After settling in at the River Gate Apartments, I went to a street food center for dinner, followed by the indoor market. As I walked back to the hotel, I was able to get video footage of the scooter traffic. This morning I am observing street life while waiting for the van to take me to the Chi Chi Tunnel. Drivers are enjoying freshly cooked items for breakfast. On the way we toured a workshop where disabled people were making artistic works of art from eggshells and other materials. When their items are sold in the gift shop, they will receive some money. This is a way the government employs people with disabilities. Next we took the van to the Chi Chi Tunnel, which was a fighting area of the Viet Cong. The tour starts with a video documenting the Vietnam War. The clusters of trees and blanketed floor of leaves created the feel of a battlefield. It became more real as we were shown hidden tunnel entrances, bomb casings, and the like. Our guide explains in the next series of footage how the war was fought.
Nothing happened until you falling down. No, this one we just display for tourists. Actually, the one we use before, first bigger, and second invincible. You have no chance to see, right? During the war, we set up a lot of long canal like this for fighting. But guerrilla fighting, that means everywhere when you fight maximum 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, you jump in and move to the other. After that, continue fighting against. What the inside, making the air hole like this one. Okay? And after that, we use the soil from digging tunnel, building up the termite mound like this around. Everybody, this one normal. That means when you're wearing this sandal and you walk this direction, have a look the footprint of the sandal. It's the same direction you go. Right? But this is not normal. That means when we're wearing this one, we're wearing like this. Okay? So when we're wearing like this, you walk this direction. The footprints at the opposite direction.
After crawling in an underground tunnel, we are treated to raw tapioca, which was one of the foods available during the war. The next day I went to the cafe apartments for a cup of coffee. Coffee shops are in abundance in Vietnam. They are the second largest exporter of coffee behind Brazil. This 1960s 9-story building was originally a housing complex for government and military personnel. It is located next to Independence Square, where the 50-year reunification festivities took place on April 30th. After coffee I headed to the War Museum. Outside is a variety of military planes, tanks, and a bell made from a 500-pound bomb canister. The museum chronicles the Vietnam War in 5 different rooms. The war stories, graphic pictures of decapitated bodies, displays of bombs, landmines, and artillery brought to life the horrors of war. The Vietnamese people are strong and resilient and have moved on beyond the war. I asked a guide how they survived COVID. He told me if we survived the war, we are able to survive COVID as well. After lunch I toured the Independence Palace. A helicopter on the roof reminds us of the fall of Saigon on April 30th, 1975. Here are pictures of the cabinet, banquet, reception, theater, and recreation rooms. This evening I was picked up at my apartment and brought to a restaurant where our food tour began. We ate 11 different items including Vietnamese pancakes, bún bò beef noodle soup, banh mi, and a flan dessert. The kids on the street greet me as we walk by.
Hi. Hello. Bye-bye.
Mango, Kelvin, Tom, Harry, Ryan and Wade took us to a housing complex built in 1968, a flower market, and the Cambodian food street. Here's a brief look at the market before we enjoy some appetizers and dessert. Mango gave us chopsticks and showed me some popular food places in District 4 after our food tour. The next morning Peter picked me up and we headed to the first of 3 slum areas of Saigon. He points out how people use metal scraps and other materials to shore up their place. It is a tight-knit community, and due to Peter's relationship with this neighborhood I was welcomed into their world. I got to see their homes, food stalls, grocery stores, shrines, and a barbershop. The people were so nice to allow me to take pictures and to have conversations with them. It was really hard to see people living like this on about $200 per month. On the way out Peter points out a food bank and a community center. Peter points out some houseboats as we enter another neighborhood. The modern buildings tower over the fragile low-income houses below. This elderly woman is living under a bridge after being scammed by her own family. Our tour concludes with a spring roll noodle bowl at this popular restaurant. The 4-hour tour went fast and I enjoyed his stories. In the evening I tried one of Harry's favorite meals of broken rice, fried egg, and grilled pork. It was delicious as advertised. Today is May 30th and I am leaving Vietnam after 4.5 weeks. I will miss this beautiful country and the kind, hard-working and resilient people. I was happy to be here for their 50-year anniversary of Vietnam reunification. Some interesting pieces of information as I conclude this video with a kaleidoscope of memories. I learned that the area where I was staying in Saigon was once mafia-controlled. The average monthly income is about $600 a month. You do not own land, but you have the right to lease land for 99 years. You are required between 18 to 27 years of age to serve 2 years in the military. If you choose the military as a career, you are committed to that career until the age of 54. The government controls everything but does not provide much in return. Vietnam has an aging population which might contribute to a labor shortage in the future. With these thoughts and many other stories in my head and a full stomach from a hearty breakfast, I boarded a plane to Kuala Lumpur. I should arrive in the early afternoon.